Today we'll be talking about BAPS Mandir Place of Worship, which is a Hindu temple located in Stratford, Texas. So we'll be talking about my experience there and some of the key principles and ideologies in Hinduism and how it connects to multicultural counseling. So we'll be talking about how the religion connects to multicultural counseling and some of the techniques and theories that can be used. So one of the key principles of Hinduism is Hinduism encompasses a diverse array of traditions, each with its own unique theology, philosophy, rituals, code of practices, and value system. Despite this diversity, most Hindus share some common beliefs. I had the honor and the privilege to spend a little bit of time with the Hindu monks before puja, which means worship, and they were able to provide me with a little bit more insight about Hinduism and some of the four key principles in Hinduism. So one of the major principles is monotheism. So what monotheism essentially means is that there is one supreme, all-powerful, loving God. He is the creator, has a divine human form, is immanent, but God descends or manifests on earth in various forms to receive dharma and great liberation. So if you see some of the deities, that means that is like God in a human form. And then there's Murti puja and devotion. So puja means worship and devotion. So devotees worship sacred images ritually infused with the presence of God to develop and express their relationship with him. And then most people know about karma and reincarnation. So God has endowed every human being with freedom to perform karma. He gives all individuals the fruits of their good and bad karmas. To experience the fruits of karma, the soul has to take many births. And then you have the concepts of moksha. The goal of human life is for the soul to be liberated from the perpetual cycles of birth and death so as to remain eternally in the blissful service of God. And then lastly, you have Veda Paramana, which Hindu faiths accept the spiritual authority of the four Vedas, which comprises of Samhitas, Brahmanas, Aryakas, and Upanishads. Historical oppression in the caste system. So historically, the caste system has been linked to ancient Hindu societal structures. So they created a system of subcastes, which are priests at the top and Dalits outside the system, which are at the bottom. So the caste system has historically restricted opportunities, enforced strict societal rules, and resulted in marginalization and violence against lower caste. So it has discrimination, exploitation, systematic oppression. The religious justification argues that religious teachings and texts were used to sustain and justify the caste system, making it difficult to reform. I had such a profound experience visiting BAPS Mandir, which is a Hindu temple, and attending puja, which means Hindu service. So this service involved rituals, prayers, and offerings to the deities. Prior to the service, I took the time to speak with the Hindu monks and toured the temple to learn more about the deities and what they represent. Essentially, the deities represented peace, love, and compassion. The religion is so big on karma and reincarnation, and as a Christian, I am big on what you put out into the world is what you get back, and someday we will have to answer to a higher power. So in that aspect of the religion, I can relate. Another element is that the religion is big on love and peace. At no point in my visit did I feel uncomfortable. The people were extremely welcoming, and the service was absolutely beautiful. I felt so much peace simply by being amongst all of these people that exhibited love. This says so much about the religion. I can only respect their values and beliefs because of the positivity involved. There is a plethora of research revolving around existential therapy in Hinduism. Existential therapy in Hinduism relates and aligns in many ways, as you can see below. In Hinduism, existential therapy is called asavavadi therapy. Like existential therapy, asavavadi therapy incorporates meaning, so search for purpose. It focuses on choices and responsibilities, so we are affected by the choices we make. It gives givens of evidence addressing universal human concerns, and sometimes a holistic approach is taken, looking at the person as a whole. Also to add, with much research, I have found many Hindi cognitive behavioral therapists. Because its principles are compatible with and even echoed in ancient Hindu teachings, particularly in the Bhagavad Gita, to better serve this community, approaches like religiously integrated cognitive behavioral therapy have been developed and tailored to Hindu beliefs, practices, and resources to help individuals develop depression reducing thoughts and behaviors within their own faith framework. My experience at BAPS was extremely profound. And it was emotional because it exhibited so much love and care and compassion. The Hindu monks were highly informative, and they welcomed me into their service. And I did not feel uncomfortable. I felt welcome and at peace. And I wish everyone would take the opportunity to experience this. And I know that when I am a therapist, that I will welcome each and every client with open arms because of this very experience. Thank you for this assignment. My experience at BAPS was quite profound and a little emotional because I thought about how so many religions criticize one another with very little information about the values, customs, and beliefs. And yet this religion welcomed me with open arms and offered peace and tranquility. The monks and the staff were extremely informative and made me feel comfortable at their worship service. At no point did I feel out of place. It was such a beautiful experience.